Yeah. Slow breaths happening in your mic. I think because we have a new mic, and it's probably picking up Grandma sleeping. Breathe, guys. It's just Grandma sleeping. She catches some hard C's. See, now she awake. You know, woke her up.
I just snooze off.
I just snooze off once she's up. Yeah, everybody in the comments is like, do y'all hear Grandma? And I'm like, yeah, everybody, she's fine. She's right here. See, she's up now. See, guys?
I woke myself up.
So she woke herself up. And she's like, what you talking about? Grandma, ready?
I'm good.
Grandma woke up. I'm good. What you say about me? Yeah, that was that conversation. So I was happy about that, and I just kind of wanted to say something to other survivors to say that if you knew me or other dancers, and if you don't want to talk to me, that's totally fine, because I understand if you're angry with me. I told you guys there's things that I've done that I can't forgive myself for, and when you have to do those things, somebody has to take the rap for it. Unfortunately, that's just how it goes. If you're in a pair and you talk back to your pimp, you're both getting hit. If you are in a pair and one of you try to run, then you're both getting tortured and abused as a punishment when you get back. Some people just don't understand that it's not a bad sex job gone wrong. That's the least of your worries. I don't think people understand either that it's not about, it's about control. It's more so about control, because then your pimps start putting you up to things, which is why I say I have issues with completely telling you guys a lot of stuff, but I'll get there one day. Maybe I'll get there one day. But there's tactics where if you are with your pimp for a certain amount of time, it doesn't even have to be a long time. I mean, and this doesn't have to be like the pimp off the street, or this could be a family member, this could be someone else. That's not just your average Chester the molester in a white van. It's not that. Little do you know. But then they want you to hurt somebody. Sometimes there's somebody your age. Sometimes it's somebody that they know. Sometimes it's somebody they hire you to go after. Sometimes it's someone you love. And you have to do those things. So there's so many people that are mad at me because they consider me a traitor. They consider me, I took money, I stole, I was a thief, I did this and I did that. And I didn't. I just wanted to stay alive just like you do or everybody else does. Yes, I did some things that I can't forgive myself for, and I understand if so many are mad at me, because yeah, if you do something wrong, then, and if you end up leaving, they have to take their anger out on someone. So they will beat the hell out of you until you're damn near close to death or dead. They will shock you. They will rape somebody in your name and hurt somebody really bad because you did something wrong. You talked back too many times, or you made them angry. People don't get it that there are, I've said this before, I'm going to repeat this again, but there are people who put dildos on children's faces and tie them up and then hog tie somebody else and make another person or another child rape that other person with what's on their face. That happens all the time. If you don't hurt that person, if that person is not screaming like they're hurting, they're gonna hurt you. There's a lot of things that happen, and if you don't do those things, then they hurt you. I mean, you have to basically choose whether you want to be hurt or you want to hurt someone else after a certain point.
Yeah, that's common tactics. Those are common tactics.
You don't have a way out. There is no way out. You have to make a choice, and either choice is fucked up.
And that's it's a control thing, because then you feel complicit.
And you feel like it's your fault. Yeah.
Yeah. That's just how they work that shit. It's a science. They know what they're doing. They know why they're doing what they're doing. It's not for no reason. It helps them keep control.
Yeah. People will dress you up in a church choir and make you not wear anything under your robes, take you to a church and tie somebody up in the middle of the church, and have a shit ton of melting candles ready.
Well, they'll do stuff like, they do the most twisted stuff. They will have people dress up like Jesus, and then they'll rape little kids. And then if a little kid says, Jesus raped me, what do you say to that kid? You're crazy? Jesus didn't rape you. They do mind control things, crazy things, like insane things.
Keep going.
So, yeah.
There's a lot of insane shit they do.
Just twisted.
And that's the thing. People can't wrap their head around that someone like that is doing that type of thing, because it's too unreal. It's too crazy.
That's why I say believe your kids, first of all. Always believe your kids. Even if they say Jesus raped me, figure that shit out. Kids don't lie. Listen to them. Just, it goes to your level of understanding. Just because you can't understand what they're trying to tell you doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Yeah. There's a lot. There is so much. So much that goes into what trafficking is, and I think people just think, oh my gosh, maybe it was just missionary sex that
if Ali was just sex trafficked, I wouldn't be sitting here. We wouldn't be sitting here. We'd be back home. I would be in some group, some local group, anti-trafficking local group, and that would probably be the end of it. This is so much bigger and so much worse than just trafficking. Trafficking's not even a blip. Trafficking's just barely a symptom.
Yeah, barely. Sabi, I hope you escorted yourself out, because I can't find you. It seemed like you escorted yourself out. That's good. We get joy when the trash takes itself out, so thank you so much. So also, I think people should unfollow all celebrities. Um,
My standard rule with celebrities is knowing what I know is that they're guilty, and then I try to prove they're innocent instead of the old-fashioned way of everybody's innocent. Because when you're in that industry, things are required of you to continue to be in that industry. Evil, vile things are required of you. You're not there by your merit. You're not there by your skills. You're not there by your looks, your voice. You're there because somebody placed you there, and you're there, and things are going to be required of you. So you all be safe if you peg everybody in Hollywood as guilty, and then work backwards and try to prove if they're innocent or not.
yeah.
That's just how I've started doing things, because I've not found anybody.
It's not just like, oh, somebody had quick sex with a kid. No.
They're drinking blood. They're
drinking blood. They're
torturing
eating children.
They're doing rituals. It's
literally,
not just...
they're literally using their body until, like I said in my post, there's nothing else to use. Your body will look like ground beef after they get finished with you, and that's after they took all necessary essential parts. People don't understand that trafficking is not just sex. It's not at all. After they're done having sex with you, they take your organs. After they're done with your organs, then they use your body for smuggling. Whether that means that they put you in a hearse that looks like they're just trying to take dead bodies from one place to another, and they pack you full of drugs, and they use you as a smuggle boarder. They use you as a suitcase. It's called a suitcase. And they use your dead body to transport and to smuggle drugs. People... And no, it has no preference. It has no age. It has no label. It has nothing on it. No, it's just there's some sick fetishes that people have for sex. You wouldn't believe it. There's track homes. There's track homes in Fontana, California that are just designated to human trafficking. I tried to run. It didn't work for me. I was with my pimp. He took me to my second porn jobs. But the orders just kept getting longer and longer and longer. We went to a house, and I mean, they tell you what they're gonna do to you. Sometimes. So, I was supposed to do a bondage job. It wasn't really a bondage job. It was a. Every time I try to spit this shit out, it doesn't come out as easy as I thought it would. So, spit it out, honestly. So, okay. So I went on this. I went to this house, and before, when I did my first job, wasn't for that long, like maybe a few hours. Sorry. Okay. So I went to this job and it sounds so bad to say that the first time wasn't that bad. The first time that there wasn't wax. The first time there wasn't, it was just, it just, I hate doing this part because I swear I can do it. And then the sweat starts. I can't breathe. Okay. I can say it. I can just, yeah. I'm loud. Give me a second. So I had, let me get my words. Sorry. Okay. So I had this job and, it was kind of just whips at first. I don't know. Not just, like, it wasn't as bad. I'm gonna stop trying to, anyways, fast forward, I went back and they told me that there was like a lot of wax and different type of sets that was involved. And why can't I've said this before. I've said this before. Okay, yeah, it is what it is. So, some things I just feel like people would hate me if they really knew the truth, because I know that there's some people on here that are watching this and like, okay. So, I went to this job and they told me there was like different houses or different sets that I needed to do. And I didn't understand what that meant at first. My order was for 8 hours, but it was with different sets. So I had there's sets, there's jobs, there's each house has like a water job, or so it's full of pools, or there's leashes, so somebody can drag you around the house.
So each house was set up with a different type of theme or a different fetish.
Yeah, like a really sick fetish. So if there's like, I had a lot of, I'm short, so I had a lot of people with child fetishes. So a lot of dudes wanted to dress me up and release me into the house like a wild animal and chase me around and pretend that they were like babysitters. But then there's some dudes that want you to treat them like they're the baby. So they get dressed up in a diaper and they want you to hold them and they want you to take care of them literally like they're a baby and change their diaper and all kind of stuff. So then there's just so much different jobs. Bondage jobs, wax jobs, blood jobs, machine jobs, sorry. So there's just anyways, I tried to run, and that's how I found out there was more houses, because I tried to run thinking that I was like in a normal neighborhood, and I just ran into more houses. So there's a lot, and you don't get out. You don't. They were KB homes. They're in Fontana. So people don't understand that there's not. It's more than just what you think it is. It's just more than what you think it is. People stick your head in the toilet and make you lick the floor and suffocate you with pillows and want to have a house where there's just caskets and dead bodies or play dead bodies and make your body cold and put you in makeup and make you look dead. People pay a lot of money for that.
We got to disrupt the demand, and by disrupting the demand, we've got to stop watching pornography. We got to stop buying pornography. We've got to stop incorporating that into our life. We've got to cut out our idol worship in Hollywood, and there's just a lot of things that we can do. It might be easier to throw money at something. It might be easier to call somebody. It might be easier to expect somebody else to come do it. But we can start making changes in our own lives, in our day-to-day life. Stop going to movies. Stop funding these people. Stop buying their music. Stop watching them. Stop letting your kids idolize them. Stop with the pornography. There's just a lot that we can start doing on a day-to-day basis.